When is Dakota Ditcheva going to the UFC?
I think people now, with me beating Taila Santos, they want to see like what else I'm capable of. So it's got to be something more.
Women want to be equal. And believe me when I tell you, women have proved here that they are equal. They have absolutely proven themselves. And people love the women's fights. These women become big stars.
You could be the face of women's MMA. You're on that path. It's there.
Just scare me a little bit, you know, that people are putting all this this faith in me. Although I know I'm going to do that anyway. I'm going to be the face of female MMA. I know that's one of my goals, you know, to inspire and things like that. And I want to be the best, but it is can be daunting at times.
Dana White doesn't just say I'm coming without a reason. And this time, he's looking straight at Dakota Ditcheva, the undefeated queen of violence who's been tearing the PFL apart. But here's the controversy. Is Dana about to steal PFL's biggest female star right out from under them? Or is this just UFC mind games to bury their competition?
Women want to be equal. And believe me when I tell you, women have proved here that they are equal. They have absolutely proven themselves. And people love the women's fights. These women become big stars.
In a short clip that's already going viral, Dana White was asked about Dakota Ditcheva and his answer. 2 words, I'm coming. To most people, it's just hype. But in the MMA business, this is a warning shot. It means Dana sees her as UFC material and he's ready to make a move. Let's be real. Dakota Ditcheva isn't just winning fights, she's hurting people. Undefeated, finishing elite opponents. And not just anyone, she destroyed former UFC title challenger Taila Santos in 2 rounds.
Santos is in big trouble. She's in big trouble. Dakota Ditcheva to the body again for a championship.
But here's the insane part. PFL has her sitting on the sidelines. No super fights, no big cards, just nothing. She even admitted she's gutted not to have a fight, and fans are calling it career sabotage.
Seen too much on her, to be honest. She only got like 1 fight on there, I think, and there's like a few training videos and stuff. But obviously, I think she trains in Thailand, so she's high-level jiu-jitsu. So I'm just expecting like an all-round good game, to be honest. But then again, I don't feel like she's got anything that can that's going to trouble me. You know, like I don't feel like she's a better fighter than me. So I'm expecting to go in there and do what I always do.
100%.
And this is where the controversy explodes. Dana White has been quietly building UFC's women's divisions again. Amanda Nunes teasing a comeback. Kayla Harrison signing Zhang Weili dominating. Now imagine adding Dakota Ditcheva to that mix. But PFL, they can't risk losing her. She's their biggest star outside of Kayla Harrison. So why isn't she fighting? Is it really waiting for competition, or is the PFL trying to freeze her contract so the UFC can't take her? Dakota isn't hiding it. She wants Alexa Grasso. She wants Valentina Shevchenko. Those are UFC killers. And if Dana White's I'm coming means what we think it means, we could see the UFC's next massive women's super fight before the year's over. So is Dana White poaching, or is Dakota Ditcheva about to break free and become the UFC's newest star? One thing's for sure, if the UFC signs her, Alexa Grasso's reign might be over before it really begins, and Valentina Shevchenko could finally meet her match.
Because there's one name that I am dying to see in the UFC, and that's Dakota Ditcheva.
What a fighter.
Yeah.
What a fighter.
Talk about the women's
Can you imagine her
division needing a superstar, and talk about a perfectly packaged, talented, gorgeous, eloquent, respectful, good, like literally checks every single box, and she's right there, and she is.
I'm here with a dangerous Dakota Ditcheva. First question I have to ask, how's the left hand? We saw you shaking it out in the middle of the fight.
Yeah, I think I've injured my left hand, but I think I'm just more gutted because I've been out for so long, and then I've come back and I'm injured again. But I hope you guys enjoyed it anyway. Thank you so much.
This crowd behind you from start to finish, how did that feel, especially in that 3rd round when you were hurting?
Guys, I just want to say that was the best walkout I've ever had, so thank you so much.
Before we get you in the back, I have to know, what does the future hold for you? I know you have to heal up, but when you come back, what are you looking forward to?
I mean, I have just re-signed with PFL. We've come to a great agreement, and I'm going to look forward to the next few years together. So hopefully we can carry on bringing crowds like this, because you guys really set a standard. So congratulations, guys.
Dangerous Dakota Ditcheva fans, let her know how you feel.
There's a monster brewing outside the UFC, and her name is Dakota Ditcheva, the violent Cinderella that Laura Sanko just begged Dana White to sign. Laura Sanko said, "She is a violent Cinderella. Bring her to the UFC as soon as you possibly can. This isn't hype. This is a full-blown warning shot to every woman on the UFC roster. Dakota Ditcheva isn't just undefeated. She's untouched, 10-0 finishing opponents like it's personal, and she's not even in the UFC yet." While UFC fans beg for a breakout female star, Dakota's quietly building an empire in the PFL and destroying everything in her way. Laura Sanko, one of the most respected voices in MMA, just lit the fire on camera. No filter. And she didn't name a UFC star. She picked Dakota Ditcheva. That's huge. Laura Sanko. For me, it's Dakota Ditcheva. She is a violent Cinderella. That quote alone is a massive L for the UFC's women's roster. Because when your own team says your biggest star isn't even signed, you've got problems. So why hasn't Dakota signed the contract? Easy. She's too smart. She knows her value, and she's not walking into a bad UFC deal just for the spotlight.
There an opportunity for you to cross-promote with the PFL for, say, a Joan Ganu fight, and is there anything specifically stopping that from happening?
Is there any way to stop it from happening?
Is there anything that's stopping that specific fight or a specific cross-promotion with the PFL from happening?
No, I'm not interested in that. We tried to make that fight. They didn't want to do it, and it's done. He doesn't fight here anymore. I'm not interested.
So no fights with the PFL just in general?
Should I?
Possibilities.
We got 1, 2, and 3. They can't sell a fucking gate. Oh, talk to me.
Dana,
it's a stupid question, but go ahead. Talk to me. Why would I do that? I tried to make the fight here. They didn't want to do it, but I should co-promote with like a Bellator or a PFL. Why should I do that? Talk to me.
I guess it's just, a partnership with ESPN or anything like that, just in general, with just co-promoting an MMA to make, MMA fans happy, just for everyone to be involved with each other.
What? Because of ESPN?
As a partnership.
You win the dumb question of the night. Congratulations.
She's making her money, building hype, stacking highlights. The UFC is going to have to pay up, and they know it.
And still the undisputed UFC bantamweight champion of the world, Amanda
Nunes. Amanda, you said something to Dana White right after the fight. You want to share with the rest of the crowd?
Hey guys, wait, don't leave it right now. Hold on. Double jumping forever, baby. Forever. Today, if you guys look around, I judge Taila with Anderson Silva in defend the belt. So tonight is a perfect night to retire and then live happy forever.
Since Amanda Nunes walked away, let's be real, the division has been bleeding.
Who devised the strategy of fighting southpaw?
Look, the best thing what I did was make my gym happen. Because in my gym, I feel like it's safe, you know?
Peña's beefing with Kayla, Valentina's out. Harrison's a freak, but part-time. And the UFC, they've got no breakout female striker, none except Dakota. Ditcheva is right there, and she's smoking names in the PFL like it's target practice. Let's play matchmaker. Dakota versus Juliana Peña? That's a murder charge. Dakota versus Valentina? Striking clinic Dakota versus Kayla Harrison? The super fight we actually need. Give her anyone. Give her everyone. Dakota is the fresh blood women's MMA desperately needs. She's 27 prime years, star power, British swagger, and a fucking killer instinct. Laura Sanko. She is a violent Cinderella. Bring her to the UFC as soon as you possibly can, Dana. It's time to cash out, or get passed by. Because Cinderella's glass slipper, it's covered in blood.
Yeah, I think.
And then who wins? Dakota versus Valentina.
You really make me say that. She's my favourite fighter, but come on.
Favorite fighter, number one.
Yeah, she is. She's always been my favorite fighter, Valentina.
Wow.
Yeah.
All time.
Yeah, all time.
Have you ever told
I
her
just
this?
think like she's just like an MMA athlete. Like,
Yeah.
what can she not do? Like, she can grapple. If she needs to win by grappling, she can do it. If she needs to strike, she can do it. Like, I mean, so many people thought she was going to get a belt taken off her by the French girl, Manon
Fiorot.
Oh, you said it quite well. Yeah, people wrote her off with that, and look what she did. She always finds a way to win. I think she's very, very clever.
Dakota effing Ditcheva, and she just called out the queen of violence herself, Valentina Shevchenko. Let's be real. Everyone thought Dakota Ditcheva would jump ship to the UFC Undefeated, violent, marketable British, a perfect Dana White signing. But what did she do instead? She re-signed with the PFL while throwing shade at the UFC by keeping her options wide open.
In the post-fight interview, you announced that you had re-signed with the PFL. Congratulations. Are you happy with how everything turned out?
Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, I am happy now in the end. It took a while. I mean, I fought last November, so it took a while for us to come to, you know, something that was right for the both of us. But I'm happy now, you know, I just secured my future for me and my family.
And now she's gunning for the fight most UFC women won't even whisper about, Valentina Shevchenko, one of the most feared women in MMA history. This isn't just a crossover fight. This would be the first real PFL versus UFC women's super fight. But here's the truth. The UFC won't say out loud, Dakota is a threat, and not just to Valentina, to their entire flyweight division. Think about it, a young, undefeated blonde striker with serious KO power, and she's not under UFC control.
What were you going to say? I was going to say Bellator has had Hawaii events.
Bellator could put on a fucking fight in the parking lot. Dude, I can't even believe you just said that. PFL could... You know PFL was here on Friday. Did anybody know that? You're the media guys. I didn't know till fucking Friday. They were selling tickets, buy two, get two free. I'm not busting on them. That's a fucking fact. They put out a memo, buy two, get two free. You're having a bad fucking week if those are the memos you're putting out.
Hey, Dana.
There were more people in my fucking green room tonight than there were at the fight.
Finally,
Wouldn't just be about belts, it would be about promotional pride, and that's why the UFC is staying silent. Let's talk about Valentina. She's a legend. No debate, but she's not untouchable anymore. Alexa Grasso exposed cracks. And Dakota? She's younger, hungrier, and she's not afraid to talk about it. Dakota's message is loud and clear. If Valentina's still on top when it happens, I'm in. That's a challenge, a warning, a threat, and maybe even a prophecy. Let's be honest, the UFC didn't want to lose Kayla Harrison. Now they're watching Dakota become the next breakout star, and she's doing it without them. If Dakota versus Valentina actually happens and the UFC loses on their own turf, it's game over for the narrative that UFC is the only elite league, and deep down, Dana knows it. Social media's been on fire since Dakota said the words UFC champ versus PFL champ. Some fans say she hasn't earned it. Others say Valentina would destroy her. But the real ones, they know this is exactly the kind of fight women's MMA needs. Dakota ain't ready. Valentina ends her in 2 rounds. This girl might be the future. Dana missed out big. UFC ducked another star. And with Dakota turning 27 today, she's entering her prime. The UFC can't ignore her much longer. Dakota Ditcheva is ready. Valentina Shevchenko is legendary. And the fans? They want this super fight bad. The question now isn't if it happens, it's who breaks first, Valentina's aura or the UFC's grip on women's MMA. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should the UFC make this fight happen, or is Dakota just chasing clout? And don't forget to like, sub, and smash that bell for more savage breakdowns every damn week.
Just re-signed with PFL. We've come to a great agreement, and I'm going to look forward to the next few.
Dakota Ditcheva just sent a chilling message to the entire MMA world. With blood on her elbows, fire in her eyes, and a re-signing announcement that shook the PFL cage. The Queen of Violence just dominated a Bellator veteran in brutal fashion and made it look easy. This wasn't just a win. This was a straight-up masterclass in destruction. Sumiko Inaba came in 8-1. Hawaii's own, a Bellator veteran with a chin and a heart. But Dakota? She came with knees. She came with elbows. She came